Hello, my name again is Clayton Wager. I am a gold partner in Bing Han, and it is my privilege to be your host for part two of the 9 Pillars to Success. As I mentioned in part one, this is a program that was put together by Eric Worre, one of the best network marketing trainers in the industry, and it is my privilege to present this to you, and hopefully you'll have a pen, paper, pencil, and take some notes. We will have this as a recorded version so that you can download it and do the exercises that go along with it. This is part two of the 9 pillars, pillars number 5 through 9. And as I mentioned in part one, Eric Worre says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. If you are in the process of developing a multi-level marketing organization, MLM, however you want to term it, you'll want to learn these 9 pillars, because these 9 pillars are a part and parcel of building a large business. We talked earlier in part one about making a decision, committing to the skills, forming new habits, associations, thinking bigger, let it go, whatever's holding you back, create a vision, have a game plan, and decide to work your butt off. So let's go through pillars 5 through 9. Are you thinking big? A lot of people just don't think big anymore. They have given up on their dreams and aspirations, and they just, by the age 35, they've quit dreaming. And now the mortgage, the car payment, the medical expenses, all those things come into play, and it just ain't going to happen. Well, let me tell you, through network marketing, anything can happen. Are you playing small? It's a big world. Stop accepting the standard of what other people are expecting you to become. You don't have to live somebody else's life. Live your own life. Hey, slow down. Take it easy. You're doing amazing. You are a big shot. Those might be foreign terminologies to use, but don't believe what other people are hyping. It only limits you. So what percentage of your potential are you operating on? Most of us use less than 10% of our brain. As a matter of fact, I think Einstein used somewhere around 10%. Most of us don't use even 10%. Can you imagine if you just added another percent of activity for your brain? What would it look like if in 1 year you decided for yourself to your business? What if you put all of your creativity, all of your work ethic, all of your focus, all of your determination, all of your passion, all of your skills into seeing your business grow and succeed? What percentage of your potential are you operating on right now? What would happen over the next year if you were to commit to increase this percentage by just 1%? If your whole world rewards you for what you have done, you are going to think that you are something, because you are. What would it take to double your current results? Never settle for where you are. And that doesn't mean you have to be a bragger or anything like that. No, always be setting a higher standard for yourself. If you made $40,000 this year in your network marketing business, next year make 50. Just keep on growing. So never settle for where you are. Always be setting a higher standard for yourself, a higher goal. Never settle for less. And it doesn't mean you have to ignore family or anything else. You can live a well-balanced life and continue to do this. We mentioned before, work full-time at your job and part-time on your fortune. So pillar number 5 is continuing here, thinking big. The light bulb comes on, a big idea. Could we come up with strategies to accomplish your goals? Absolutely. Sit down with the person that invited you, somebody in your organization. We have systems, we have plans. We've done recorded 4 boot camps, 11 fast start training sessions, and now these 2 on the 9 pillars of success. All the information is there. All you have to do is access it. So what are some strategies that could grow your business? What could you do? Like talk to one more person a day, give out some samples, put on a presentation, whatever. What if everyone on your team brought one person to the next OPP? What if you came up with a strategy that helped every one of those people bring one more person with them? I know we don't meet in physical buildings right now, but you can bring people to the OPP. I've had people join just from listening and watching the OPP. What if you came up with a campaign and branded the campaign? Okay? Maybe that's a big idea that you can take and put a plan together and make it happen. So what are your goals for this year? Most people don't have any goals. How come? 95% of the people don't. 5% of the people that end up being able to do whatever they want set goals. 3 months goals, maybe monthly goals, 3 months goals, 6 months goal, a year goal, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year goals. 4 of them. Write down 4 goals, something that you want to accomplish this year. Yes, it's March, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many months are left in the year. You can still write down 4 things that you want to accomplish. And then, how are you going to accomplish each one of those goals? Only 4 things. 4 simple things, not grandiose, whatever. Simple business, simple goals that you know that you can accomplish. Then you have to be accountable. Accountability. People just aren't accountable nowadays. There are a lot of things to hold you accountable. You can create positive or negative reward systems. You can give yourself rewards for following through on something or come up with the consequences and have friends hold you accountable. Share your goal with some friends and tell them, hey, if I don't accomplish this in the time frame that I said, then, have some kind of a penalty or whatever. You have to find a way to step into your potential. Everybody's got potential. We are really good at getting excited about something, and when we get excited and when we get home, we really get good at hiding. You can go to a presentation, you might be listening to this, and after this is over, you're just so excited you've written down a whole bunch of things that you want to do, and then you don't tell anybody. You hide from your goals. You're hiding from your potential. Write it down. If you think it, ink it. We are amazing at justifying and rationalizing. Well, the reason I didn't talk to anybody today is I just didn't feel like it. I got up this morning and I had a headache, or I got up late, or whatever. We can come up with all kinds of excuses. You don't understand. It was the holidays. You don't understand. We have family issues. The gate broke on the fence, and I had to fix it. The refrigerator quit. The dog got sick. Oh my goodness! You don't understand. I was sick. You don't understand. I had to put in overtime. I just couldn't make it. Your to-do list is what robs most people of their potential. That's an interesting comment. If there is a task that somebody else can do that pays less an hour than you want to make, then pay someone else to do it. I paid a young guy to mow my grass, and my brother, he says, why don't you mow it yourself? You know what that costs you to? Well, I said, hey, while that kid is mowing my grass for $15, I made 100. So that's, don't do something that you want to save some money at the expense of making more money. Then with that hour that you gained, spend that hour in front of a prospect. It's simple. If you exchange menial labor on your to-do list with high income producing activities, then you will achieve your goals. There is potential there. Pillar number 6, let it go. Oh my goodness, let it go, let it go. So many people live in the past. We are so good at beating ourselves up. You drop something on the floor and you say, "You dummy, you stupid, you clumsy ox." We say all kinds of bad things to ourselves. We're so good at holding on to old hurts. Somebody screwed me out of some money 10 years ago and we're still worrying about it. Let it go. We're so good at caring about other people's opinion of us. You know, I don't care. If I'm in a restaurant and I see somebody, I'll go over and I will enter their conversation. No big deal. Been told to get lost sometimes. It doesn't matter. I've also sponsored some people doing that. And my family would be so embarrassed at the restaurant table. "Oh, Dad, you know, do you have to do that?" Yeah, I have to do that. Understand that this was necessary for you to be where you are at the time. You know, people used to say, "Wow, you know, you got such a huge organization. How do you do that?" Well, in my first year in that particular business, I sponsored 267 people myself. And from that, it made me a fortune. Got me a big check enough to buy a brand new house, and I got a brand new car. 267 people. And some people, "Oh, you're lucky." So what do you have that you need to let go of? Fear factor. Most people are afraid to talk to somebody else. What can they do? They can just say, "Hey, get lost." No, whatever. So these things may need to be let go of daily, be it a person, a doubt, a fear. Just let it go. What would happen if you replace that pain with appreciation? If you replace that pain with passion? If you replace that pain with gratitude? Live every single day with an attitude of gratitude. Pillar number 7, vision. What is your vision? What is it that you actually want to accomplish in your life? What is your vision for your life? What is your vision for your business? Where do you want to be a year from now in Bing Han? Or whatever it is that you're doing. Use your imagination to get your vision as clear as you can. If it isn't clear, you're not going to hit it. Here's what a vision is not. I want to be successful. I want to have a bigger team. I want more people using my product. I want to make a lot of money. Well, to a homeless person, $10 is a lot of money. You know, you got to be specific. Absolutely. I want a new Mercedes-Benz. I want a new Tesla, a red one with 19-inch wheels and Michelin tires and a white or tan interior and red stitching and all those different, you got to, and then get pictures of it and put it up on the wall. Put it on your smartphone as a backdrop. These are not visions that I just mentioned. They're just wants. If you want to succeed with your vision, write it down. If it isn't written down, it's just a pipe dream. When you write down your vision, it's all out there. It's out of your head and on paper, and now you can strategize and plan your vision. I talked to an individual that said they had a plan in their head to build a house 10 years ago. It's still in their head. And the house is not a reality. You've got to go to an architect, or if you're that talented, you can make your own plans. It's got to be down on paper. If you think it, ink it. So it's no longer locked up in your mind once it's written down on paper. Now you can align your vision with your ultimate objectives. Secret to big, high-level success. My goodness, look at that guy on that step. People don't join your product. They don't join your company. People don't join you. They join your vision. Look what happened to Gandhi. Started off just a simple man, and yet he did something that changed the world. Got people to buy into his vision. Is your vision so clear, so powerful, that people will buy into your vision and help you accomplish your vision? Your ability to articulate your vision is crucial to your success. So what is your vision for your life, your business, your contribution, your skills? your team, your growth, for the number of customers added to your organization, only you can write that down. So recruiting gets easier once you know your vision, because now all you have to do is tell people your vision. I can remember years ago when I had an opportunity to participate in 2% of the global sales of the particular company that I was with. And that was going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. They estimated it would be $250,000. So I started sharing that with people, and people told me I was nuts. Couldn't be done. It was impossible to do in the time frame that the company had given us to do it. Everybody said it couldn't be done. I sat down and I wrote out a plan. Remember I said, if you think it, ink it. I wrote my plan out, and then I shared my plan with my team and my vision, and 18 of them bought into my plan. And together we put together a plan. And every one of those people, well, I shouldn't say that, 12 of the 18 accomplished what they set out to do. And when they accomplished what they wanted to do, I was the top distributor out of 480,000 and got a check for $250,000 and a brand new car. If I hadn't written it down, it wouldn't have happened. So you gotta write it down, and you gotta think big. Pillar number 7, vision. Still on the vision part. What most people do, most people only repeat the company's vision. So the company has a vision, and they buy into that, and then they forget about their own vision. What is your own vision that fits inside of the company vision? Few people actually make that vision their own. It is crucial to growth in the long term for you to have a vision for your future and for your company. Eric Worre says the foundation of every leader in the world is that there's a better way, and we can get there together. When I shared with those 18 people my vision, man, we all went out for lunch together, and we all had a plan, and my job was to help those 18 accomplish what they wanted to get. And if that happened, my vision became a reality. And it did. So what is your better way? Write it down. Write your vision down. All visions have different parts. So we've given you an opportunity to write 3 parts to your vision. How will you get there? It doesn't matter what it is. It's got to be yours, not your wife's, not your friends, not your kids. It's got to be your vision, and write it down. Again, if you think it, ink it. Pillar number 8, you have to have a game plan. Why should I do business with you? People don't want to follow somebody that doesn't know where they're going, doesn't have a game plan. The best answer to this question, if someone asks it, let me tell you my vision. The answer lies in your service, growth, and contribution. People follow vision. People follow vision. They follow those who have something to offer. Vision takes work. It is not easy to do. My goodness, I have torn up many pieces of paper with my vision written on it, and after I read it, I said, no, that's not really what I want. I got to rewrite. Just start working on and towards this vision. It will become clearer as you get closer to it. Game plan for pillar number 8. What is your game plan? Your game plan is specific to you. This is simply put, you must, and I say this again, you must make this your year and best year of your life. The game plan is a little more than granular, a little bit more defined. What's your recruiting game plan? When do you want to hit the next rank? What's your duplication game plan? If you just simply started right now and made a decision to sponsor and share Bing Han with one person a week for 7 weeks, and everybody that you sponsored does the same thing, in 7 weeks you'd have 127 people in your organization. If each one purchased 1 can of product a month, you would be making around $55,000 a year. Would that be worth it? Absolutely. So what's your duplication game plan? What's your event strategy? How are you going to get people to the next OPP? What's your training game plan? All of these modules that we put together, are you accessing them? Or did we just put them together for our entertainment? I don't know. We can't tell if people are actually downloading and watching this and putting this information into practice. So most of you know exactly what you need to do. You just need to do what you know. Isn't that something? We already have all the tools. We just need to reach into the toolbox and do it. Discipline yourself for a period of time to do what is necessary to accomplish your game plan and your vision. Some people say, well, I don't have the time. Well, is time an issue? Time can be seen like an issue. Entrepreneurs adapt and get creative. They don't let time be an issue. Are you part-time? You know, being part-time, most people work network marketing part-time, no question about it. But if you can take 15 minutes a day and make a few calls, you can take 15 minutes and share your product. You can take 15 minutes and follow up on those calls or meetings. 15 minutes a day. One of the world's best networkers was a fellow by the name of Mark Yarnell. He wrote many books, taught at university level network marketing. And he told me one time, I became friends with him. We worked on some projects. And he shared with me that he could absolutely guarantee that what he was about to tell me. And he said that if I would spend 2 hours a day being a professional in network marketing, and what he meant by professional, doing one of two things: talking to people that could buy my product or join my business. 2 hours a day. That leaves you 22 to do whatever you want. Even if you sleep 10, there's still lots of time to do all kinds of different things. 2 hours a day within 1 year. And he didn't care what company you're with, what the compensation plan was, what the product was. 2 hours a day doing two things that make you money. In 1 year, you would be a six-figure a year earner. Just think about it. 2 hours a day. Pillar number 8, have your game plan. Do you have a game plan? If you only work 10 hours a week, that's 40 15-minute blocks of time a week. You can decide to never eat alone at lunch and share your vision. You know, how many times do you, I've gone to a restaurant and see somebody sitting by themselves, and I just mind if I join you? Mind you, right now with this COVID pandemic that we're in, it's very difficult to do that, but I've still done it. Have my mask on. You mind if I join you? And I have not had one person say no. You can decide to never eat alone. You can follow up when you're in your car, if you have Bluetooth. You can turn off the radio and listen to training to feed your mind and challenge yourself to think bigger. So your car can become your university. Do you only have 1 day a week? So if you only have one day a week, what if you took 3 hours or 2, like I just mentioned, and set up 6 appointments to follow for the following week? What if a week later you follow up with them? What if you decided to do one presentation every 30 minutes for 14 hours on that day, 1 day a week? Could you do that? Absolutely. There's not a single person that's listening and watching this that couldn't do that. That's 28 prospects established in 1 day. Of that 28, absolutely guaranteed, if you follow any of the information that we've shared in our training sessions, you will enroll at least 2 or 3 people. Attack your fears. Everybody's got fears. Oh my goodness. Pick up the telephone to phone somebody. The telephone weighs 2,000 pounds. You're afraid to do it. What can they do? They can't reach through the phone and choke you or punch you or whatever. Just phone people. If you're afraid of something, attack it. If you're afraid of presenting, do 100 presentations. If you're afraid of calling people, make 500 phone calls or whatever. If you're afraid of any part of the business, decide to attack it and not let it own you. It is still work. No question about it. You know, sometimes I think this is actually harder than physical work because it's mental work. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. This is only partially true because practice is hard. It's work, but it's how you become better. You can't get better if you don't practice. A professional athlete has to practice and practice. And practice is painful. I read an article where there has not been an Olympic gold medal winner that hasn't put in at least 10,000 hours in the 4 years between Olympics. 10,000 hours. That's 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 4 years. And then it's just by fractions of seconds that people win. So in the end result, though, is positive, that you endured the pain. You know, people that stand up in the center on the stage and they have a gold medal, you ask them, was it worth it? Was the pain worth it? Absolutely, they would say. Pillar number 9, work your butt off. Hard work. Decide you are going to do what the top leaders do and a little bit more. I can remember when I was in high school, I wanted to get top grades. So I would find out who was the person that was getting top grades, and I would find out what they did. If they studied for 3 hours a day, I'd put in 3.5. If the players on the hockey team practiced an hour, I'd put in 2. And that's just the way I thought. And it worked. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, then fall in love with the process. The secret to success is I did not live within the expectations of anyone who coached me or played with me. I rose beyond that expectation. Roger Bannister, the guy that won broke the 4-minute mile back in 1954. I was at that in Empire Stadium in Vancouver, British Columbia, because we lived in Burnaby. And I can remember that happening. And as Landy turned to see where Roger Bannister was, which he thought was on his right, Roger Bannister passed him on the left and became the first 4-minute mile person. And yet he was born a cripple. His coaches, his mother, the only person that really believed in him was his mother. And she determined that her son was not going to be a cripple. And when he told his coaches that he was going to run a 4-minute mile, they tried to talk him out of attempting it. They said your eyes would pop out, your lungs would burst, your blood vessels would break, your heart would stop beating, all the things in the world. Never happened. He broke the 4-minute mile at Empire Stadium in Vancouver, British Columbia in 1954. And there's a statue there. You know, I've never seen a statue erected to a critic. Always to the one who was criticized. Growth and contribution. Michael Jordan did what his coaches expected plus a little bit more. He decided he was going to be at a different level. The answer is inside you and it's inside me. You already know the answer. Just do what you know. Get an accountability partner to hold you accountable to the things that you need to know and do. Have them hold you accountable to your game plan, hold you to your vision. Find someone who will not let you settle for less. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of part 2 of the 9 pillars to success. I hope the time that we've spent together has been worthwhile and that you have learned something. And again, this is going to be available in a downloadable version so that you can go over the material over and over again. Thank you for watching.